Hey guys, I miss you all. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I put a video up. You guys are probably tired of the other four. So with that being said, I miss you guys a lot. I miss doing yoga with you every week. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit better and at least get one up every other week, if not every week. So they're not doing the same ones each time. And I keep learning new stuff, which is cool. So hopefully I'll be able to bring new stuff in. But things are going really well here. They've been really busy, but really good and really fun. But you guys are always with me. I miss you a lot, and I hope you all are well. And Marty is like snuggling with me right now, right down on the ground. So hopefully she'll make an appearance. Okay, let's do yoga. All right. So find your seat, your comfortable yoga seat. Press your feet into the earth. Stack your knees right over your ankles and see if you can line up your hips with your knees. If that's not comfortable, you can take your legs a little bit wider. Just find a spot that feels good for you. You can close your eyes for these first few breaths and just really start to turn inward. Create length in your spine with each breath in that you take, getting taller, rolling your shoulders just a little further back and down your spine, and pressing the crown of your head up tall. And take 3 more breaths on your own. And use this time to set an intention for your practice. Next inhale, open your eyes if they've been closed and start to bring your arms up overhead. If you can, touch your palms together and interlace your fingers, press up. If that doesn't work for you, you can just reach out forward or just stretch out as long as you can. Just trying to find a little bit more length. Take one more inhale here. And then an exhale to gently twist open. So your right hand will come behind you, left hand cross body to your knee or thigh. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale for length. And exhale to twist. And one more inhale for length. Exhale to twist. And inhale to come back through center. And then exhale to twist over to the other side. Take 1 inhale for length. Exhale to twist. And 1 more breath in. And breath out. Next inhale, come back through center. Stretch up tall again. And then as you exhale, roll out your wrists, making circles or just kind of stretching them out. Just whatever works for you. Start to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and let them fall down and back. Connect breath to movement, so your inhales will pull up and your exhales will move down and around. You guys know the drill here, so use your arms if you'd like, making big circles or small. I'm going to make some big ones, just whatever works best for you. And then start to slowly come back to the middle and take it the other way. So let your inhales continue to move your shoulders up towards your ears. And let your exhales bring them down and around. Again, add in circles with your arms if you'd like. It might feel a little bit different going the other direction with full arm circles, so that may or may not feel great. And come back through your center. Let your hands just rest comfortably by your side or on your chair for support, and bring your right arm up overhead. Imagine sending all of your energy into your right rib cage and just press out. So try to keep your hips square and lifted and push out through your right rib cage. As you exhale, come all the way back down and just switch sides. Let your right hand plant for support and press over towards the left side, through your left side body, focusing on your rib cage, just pressing out. Come back through center on the next breath in, and just take a couple to each side. Moving slow or moving quick, whatever works best for you. You can use your arm for support and really lean and like press through your arm to get a little bit of extra pressure, or you can take the heaviness out, and that will engage the muscles of your core a little bit more. Come all the way back through center. And just gently let your ear fall over to your shoulder, and then soft circles around. Completing the next circles. Just choose one direction for now, and after a couple we'll go the other way. And then go ahead and switch it out. Come all the way back through center, and we'll move through some cat-cows just to wake up the spine. So I like to rest my hands on my knees. On your inhale, push your hips forward. Tuck your shoulders back. Maybe lift your chin and look up if that feels okay on your neck. As you exhale, round through your spine, pulling chin to chest and pressing your back towards the chair. And inhale to come back through your center once more. And an exhale to pull back. Moving through cow and cat shape, just with your own breath, a couple more breath cycles. And so we'll meet in a cow shape, and then take your fingers from here, interlace them out in front of you, and flip your palms forward to exaggerate the shape, and you might be able to feel a little bit more of a stretch. You can also rock up onto your toes, lifting your heels, and maybe lean a little bit more forward. One more breath here. And then an exhale to return to your center. Just sort of gently shake it out. If you want actually I would recommend your block, so grab it if you have it. Place it just gently on your knees. Bring your hands together through your heart. We'll just take 2 breaths here to recenter. Long breaths in through the nose. An equal length exhale out, either through your nose or your mouth, whatever works better for you. We say close your mouth to build heat and slow down the breath. If you're feeling warm, then open your mouth and let your exhales come through there. On your next breath, go ahead and hinge forward from your hips. Keep your shoulders back. As you exhale, start to twist to the right. So bring your left elbow towards your block, and wherever you can make contact with the block. Then begin to press your palms together. Turn your gaze up towards your left shoulder or elbow. This might be exactly where you want to stay. So just focus on pressing through your palms and lifting up through your chest. If you want a little bit more expansion through your upper body, then you can reach your right arm up high. You can look up high at your fingertips if that feels okay. And then the last option, which don't feel like you have to do it, but if you would like to try, you can bend your arm and bring it behind your back for a half bind. So this is a really deep twist. This might not feel great, so stay with whatever works best for you. One more inhale. And then an exhale to come all the way back through your center and bring it all the way back up. Take an inhale and an exhale to reset. And then we'll go to the other side, but again, be mindful of your twist. So you don't have to do what I do. Just do the variation that works best for you. Inhale to sit up really tall and straight. Exhale to twist over towards the left. So your right elbow will plant. Take your gaze up towards your left elbow or your left shoulder. This might be it, and you just stay here and breathe. If you would like to go further, you can reach your arm up high. Take your gaze up towards your fingertips. And the last option is to bring your hands behind your lower back for a bind. I've met a really great yoga teacher here in Tampa that says don't chase the posture, stay with the breath. So if you lose the breath, you lose the posture. So if you're ever in a shape that you can't breathe in, you've gone too far and you need to come back. One more inhale. And then exhale to come all the way back. Take an inhale, reset, and then exhale to let it go. You can go ahead and drop. Actually, we'll use it for one more thing. Inhale your arms up high. And then exhale, go ahead and fold down. So your block is right here for support. If you don't want the block, or you feel like you get a better shape by moving the block and coming all the way down to your legs, you can also do that. You want to keep your back flat and your shoulders pulled back. We'll inhale here, exhale here, and then one more twist. So it might be a little bit deeper than before without the block if you've lost it. On an inhale, take your arm up high. And then as you exhale, you can thread the needle through the other side and bring your shoulder down as far as you can. Just gently press your body weight into your shoulder for a stretch. If it feels okay, you can release your body weight all the way down on top of it, but that might be a little too far. So stay with what works for you. And then we'll come all the way out, back through center, and back to the forearm. So again, your block might be a better space, so do what works for you. On your next breath in, we'll switch sides. Left arm reaches out and overhead. And then roll it down through, coming in between your right arm. Then see if you can let most of your weight slide onto your left shoulder for a stretch. If it feels okay, you can completely collapse down onto it. But stay with the shape that you can breathe in. Next inhale, rise all the way back up, stretch it out. And then come back to center. Inhale to rise all the way up, and then sort of shake it out. Do a little bit of back bending to counter that. So inhale, reach your arms up high. And as you exhale, bring them down by your sides and reach behind you for the back of your chair. And as you breathe in again, push through your feet, push your hips forward. Maybe lift your chin and look up. And so you have your chair for support. You can kind of use it for leverage. Just take a couple of breaths here. One more inhale, and then exhale to come back through center. Shake it out. And the next breath in, reach your right leg up towards your chest. Start to circle out your ankle just a little bit, just making circles in one direction, and then switch. And then I kind of grabbed in the wrong place. I decided to go a different direction. So if you have the top of your leg, just switch. So you're down at the bottom. And so you're kind of cradling your leg and holding it up. And then as you inhale, straighten out your leg as much as you can. Flex your toes. Pull your toes back towards you. Sit up as tall as you can. You can stay just like this. If you want more of a challenge in your legs, you can let your leg go. And see if you can keep it lifted. And as you can see, mine is slowly falling down. So just see how long you can keep it. We'll take one more breath and then let it all the way back down. And then we'll switch sides. So grab for your left leg, start to circle out your ankle. And then switch directions. I hope you guys can hear me. I have Pandora on through the TV, which is closer to my phone. So as I'm talking, I'm like, I hope that that is not drowning me out. We'll see when this is done. Go ahead and switch your hold if you've still got your knee. Go ahead and cradle your leg. And then on an inhale, straighten out your left leg. Stretch through your toes, so pull them back and then lift up as high as you can. And so if you choose to let go on this side, this is all like hip flexor strength. And so I have a huge difference in my side. So my leg is gonna drop. So just notice if yours is any different on any of your sides. Take one more breath. And then if you want to let go, and just see how long you can keep your leg lifted as high as you can. One more breath, and then let it go. Sort of shake it out. Any movement that you need. And then we'll go through some leg extensions, but moving a little bit faster with breath, not quite so long of hold. So if you want your hands for support, you can plant them into your chair. Go ahead and send your right leg out in front of you. Toes flex as much as you can. And if you can't, that's also okay. And then drop it down. Switch sides, left leg out long. Got my hamstring, or my hip flexor was really sore on this side. Then bring it down. The leg barely lifts right now. Next breath in, take your right leg, add your left arm if you want. And then switch it down. And then other side, left leg, right arm. Switch it down. Do a couple more with breaths. You might be a little bit different than me as far as speed, but just stay with inhales and exhales. Each inhale will bring you up, and each exhale will switch you down. As long as you're moving with your breath, you're doing it right. One more to each side. Come back through your center, and we'll move into some warriors, and then we'll start to slow it down. Do a little bit more restorative stuff at the last half. So this is it as far as working hard. So bring your right leg out to the side, and then straighten out your left leg as much as you can. I'm kind of in a bad spot, so I'm gonna move. So you might need to adjust. My foot's like under the futon, but my foot is flat against the earth. And then my right foot is also flat against the earth. So my hips, what I'm gonna do is pull them square over my right leg. And then inhale, arms up above. This is our warrior one. Take a breath in for length. As you exhale, if you want, you can stay, or you can cactus through your arms and maybe look up a little bit for a back bend here. We'll do a couple more with breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, pull them into cactus. If this doesn't work for you though, you can just stay with arms lifted or arms in cactus. So you can breathe in and out of the different arm variations, or you can stay holding one. We'll take one more breath cycle. From here, bring your hands back down to your hips and sort of just rotate your hips back forward. So you'll need to make a slight kind of adjustment through your feet to get your hips back towards the front. And then we'll take arms out wide, just like a T. We'll flip your palms up so that you're pushing into the walls. And so we're gonna activate through feet and hands here. So on an inhale, push down through both feet and press out through both hands. So right now, all my muscles are fully engaged. Draw your belly button to your spine. So you can press as little or as much as you want. Maybe look over towards the right side for the last breath cycle. In and out. Let it go and sort of relax all of your muscles. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then we'll add on to that. So warrior two, again, arms out wide. This time you can relax your palms face down. We'll breathe in to reach forward towards the right side. As you exhale, flip your palm and stretch your right arm up overhead for reverse warrior or exalted warrior, whatever you want to call it. You can look straight ahead if that feels better on your neck, or you can look up high. We'll take one more inhale. And as you exhale, move to extended side angle stretch. So your right arm bends, plant your forearm on your thigh, and then your left arm will reach up overhead. Again, you can look straight forward or up at your fingertips, whatever feels better on your neck. Take an inhale for length, reach up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, maybe you stretch a little bit further. And then next breath in, come all the way back through your center, bring your hands to your hips. And then slowly start to bring your legs back together and kind of wiggle them out, shake it out, take any movements that you need. And then we'll move to warrior one on the other side. So start from hips square, knees bent. Take your left leg out towards the left side, and then straighten out, Artie's bed. Straighten out your right leg behind you. And plant all four corners of both feet into the ground and rotate your hips forward, not forward, towards the left, like forward over your left leg. Arms reach up high for warrior one. And you can stay here just like this, or you can move in and out of a cactus shape with your arms with your breath. Or you can stay in cactus if you'd like the back bend. So either or, I'm going to move in and out with my breath a couple times. So choose what works for you. If you're moving, you'll connect inhales to lift and exhales to open. We'll do two more wherever you are. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands down by your sides. And then rotate yourself back forward. We're moving into warrior two, so you might need to kind of adjust your seat so that your hips can square towards the front of the room. Reach your arms out to the sides, flip your palms. And on your next breath in, press through all four corners of both feet and your arms. So now every muscle is engaged. Pull your belly button towards your spine, pull your shoulder blades together, press through your palms, one more breath. And then let it all go. Sort of shake out. And then one more time, moving a little bit into the other variations of the stretch. So warrior two. And shift your gaze over towards your left fingers. On your inhale, reach forward. On your exhale, flip your left palm and bring your left arm up overhead. Bring your right arm down through the side of your right leg. We'll take a couple breaths here, just breathing into the stretch. And one more inhale, maybe you reach a little bit higher. On your exhale, maybe you go a little bit further back. Then bring it all the way through your center into your extended side angle. So left forearm plants on your thigh. Right arm reaches up overhead. Gaze can be straight ahead or up at your fingers, whatever works better for your neck. Two breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale. And inhale to come all the way back. And then bring it all back together. I'm like sweating. It's hot in here. Or we just worked really hard for about 20 minutes. Alright, so come back to center. Take a breath in to reset. And a breath out to let go. Pull your right knee back up into your chest. And this time we'll set up for our hip stretch. So for seated half pigeon, bring your right foot over your left knee. So this is option one. Just sit up tall and straight and use your breath as you inhale. Create the length in your spine, and as you exhale, you might be able to press into your knee and even hinge forward. If this isn't accessible to you, straighten out your leg and place if that's accessible to you, stay where you were with your leg bent and keep breathing. This is another option. Right foot can be above your knee or below. And if this is still a lot, you can lean back onto your chair. And then if this is still a lot, go ahead and sit all the way back up. Bring your right foot to the floor and just allow your knee to fall open. So again, any of those variations will work. It's the same shape, just a little bit of a different approach towards it, depending on the way that your bones were made. We'll take 5 more breaths. This is kind of a long stretch. Just see if you can just stay with the breath. I learned in a training some really cool stuff about anatomy that I didn't know, or maybe that I knew that I'd forgotten or didn't know as much about. But we talked a lot about hips and bone structure, and it really is just the way that you were made. Like, not about how much you stretch or how much you do yoga or how flexible you are, but literally the way that your bones were created, the way your femur bone fits into your hip socket. So you either have it or you don't, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to change it, which made me feel better. So anyway, thought I would share that with you. Go ahead and come all the way back up, and then we'll move to the other side. So just slowly bring your right foot back to the earth, kind of let it switch out. And then we'll move towards the other side. Bring your left foot up, hug it in tight first, and then as you're ready, make your way towards your seated half pigeon on the left side. I can see in the camera how much different this side is. So you might have that same experience. So your options again are here, straight leg with your foot either above or below your knee joint, just like this, or reclined back, or sitting up tall with your foot on the floor. And so for this side, for me, I'm gonna take the variation with a straight leg and my foot up high. And I'm gonna continue to use breath to sit up sit up tall on inhales and fold a little bit into it on the exhale. So that's my variation. Yours might look different than mine. So take whatever variation is best for you, and we'll take 5 breaths here together. And you might find, which I'm about to, after a couple breaths, you might be able to move into like a deeper stretch. So after sitting here this time while we've been talking, I'm now able to bend my right leg and bring my knee back up. And that feels a little bit better than it did when I first tried to when we went into the shape. So we've got 3 more breaths. So this is a good time to see if there's anywhere else that you can go in this stretch, and there may or may not be. And that's also totally okay if there's not. But it never ceases to surprise me how much breath can help with shapes and stretching. So we'll take 1 more. Let it go. And then come all the way back up. And bring your left foot back to the earth. Kind of shake it out, gently moving side to side. And then we'll get into our hamstrings a little bit. So I'm going to scoot back in my chair so I don't fall. Actually, I changed my mind. We're going to do that next. We're going to do some wide-legged folding, so grab your block. Put your block down, like tall side first to start, and that you might switch that, but for now start with that. And then my feet, you can see my feet when I do that. So plant them firmly on the ground instead of heels down, toes up. Keep them flat. So this will give you some stability so that we don't fall out of our chairs. So on an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then as you exhale, fold forward. So fold from your hips. You're hinging with your heart. Your block is right here. You might need to move your block out to like more in front of you. And so here's where you can decide if this doesn't feel like much for you. You can come down to the next level or the next level, or all the way down to the ground. So again, whatever works best for you. And then the last sort of thing that you can change about the shape is if it feels okay in your back, you can drop your head and sort of let your body weight hang a little bit more forward, and you might feel a different stretch. We'll take 1 more inhale and exhale. And then an inhale, walk back up. And so I'm gonna use my thighs for support as I come back up. And then bring it all the way through. And we'll straighten out the right leg only. Keep your left leg bent. Bring your hands to your hips, rotate over towards your right side, and just start to gently fold. So you won't get very far, most likely. You might get a little bit further than me, who knows. But you want to keep your hips square. So with your hips square in this fold, it's a pretty deep stretch through the left kind of inner thigh area. We'll come all the way back up, bend the right leg and straighten the left. And then do the same thing here. Bring your hands to your hips, rotate over so your hips are square over your left leg, and then start to fold on down. And I don't know if you can tell or see, but this side feels a lot different, and I can't fold nearly as far. So you might, again, have that same experience or not with different sides. Take 1 more breath. Let it go. And then come all the way back up. And then bring your feet back together. Kind of keep your block handy, and now we'll move into hamstrings. So I'm gonna set my block in front of my left foot, and then bring your right leg straight. Bring your hands to your hips. Breathe in. As you exhale, begin to fold forward. So we'll stay here for a few breaths. So you can keep your hands just where they are on your hips. If you want to engage the muscles of your back and core a little bit more, you can bring your arms to cactus. We do this a lot, or goalposts, or goddess. And then the last option, you can also straighten them out. And so this is a lot on your lower back, so this might not feel good. I'm actually going to stay here, but I just wanted to offer it. And we'll take one more breath. And exhale to fold maybe a little bit further. And then come all the way back up. And we'll do that again, adding in a twist. So make sure your block is the tallest height right in front of your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead or wherever it feels good to reach. And exhale, fold. Come onto your block, plant your right hand and sweep your left arm out to the side. Again, see if you can keep your hips square and just twist through your mid-back, so your thoracic spine. And then again with your head, you might want to just look down or up to the side or all the way up at your fingers, whatever feels better on your neck. Begin to make your way back through your center. Plant your left hand and switch sides. Right arm sweeps. Keep your hips square. You won't twist as much this direction. Or I don't. Maybe you will. I don't know. And then with your gaze, again, same choices. One more breath. Come all the way back down. And then bring it up. And we'll switch sides. So right leg comes in, left leg straightens, slide your block over. Almost fell out of my chair, so I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. Make sure you don't fall.